Hi guys, it's Sarah Todd. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking all about the hardest part of having my disability. For those of you who don't know me, I have had a disability for 10 years. I'm 18 now. I became disabled when I was 8, and I was originally paralyzed from the neck down. Now I have obviously recovered a lot, but I still have paralysis in areas of my arms and hands. So I can't move my left hand at all. My right hand is very weak. I can't lift my arms up higher than this, and other areas of my arms are paralyzed. So this means that I deal with a lot of daily challenges because of my disability. I really never talk about disability in a negative light. I don't feel like having my disability has negatively impacted my life all that much. And that may sound weird to you all because I definitely have a pretty severe disability. But I've had so many positive things come out of having a disability, and those positive things definitely override the negative things for me. I love focusing on the positive aspects of life because I feel like that is a great way to shape your mood and help you lead a more fulfilled life. So I am always working to show people that people with disabilities can be happy and still lead productive lives. But at the same time, I also want to acknowledge the challenges that my disability brings me because I want to be transparent with you all. And I think that if I hid the challenges of my life, I wouldn't be showcasing disability in an honest way, and that wouldn't be good. So I think it's very important for me to acknowledge those negative parts of having a disability, but also let people know that that doesn't mean I can't live a happy life. If you're interested in knowing what some of those positive things are that have come out of me having a disability, I will link a video up at the top for you guys where I talk all about the great things that I've been able to experience and accomplish since having my disability for a decade. So if you're interested in that, be sure to give that video a watch. Now, let's get right on into why we're here, which is for me to tell you the hardest part, in my opinion, and for me personally, about having my disability, which is losing my independence. This really encompasses a lot of other aspects of having a disability because I have lost independence in multiple different areas. I need help with a lot of things, which can be difficult because I'm a very independent-minded person. I'm pretty strong-willed and I prefer to do things for myself and on my own. However, I can't always help that I need assistance with things because my disability has made it so there are a lot of things that I can't do for myself. I need help with many daily activities, such as getting dressed, depending on the outfit, especially if the outfit has buttons or zippers, because I can't do those. So if my outfit has buttons or zippers or a bow that needs to be tied or something like that, I will need help getting dressed. I try to wear outfits that I can do on my own, so I don't have to worry about that as much. But if I really love an outfit, I'm not going to let me needing help with putting it on and taking it off stop me from wearing it. So I need help getting dressed. I need help doing my hair, like today. My hair is in a bun. I can brush my hair, but it's not that easy. So sometimes I'll brush it and leave it down, but I can't really part it very well. So if I want my hair up, I need help doing it. Like today, my mom put my hair up in this beautiful bun that she did. She is so good at doing hair. I need help opening a lot of things, like food items or just packages, stuff like that. I can't make my own bed, as I'm sure you guys have noticed in the background of my videos. My bed is like never made, which is because it's not easy for me to do it on my own at all. I can't carry a lot of heavy things, so I often need help transporting items if I'm trying to carry things from one room to another or things like that. So yeah, I definitely have lost a lot of independence in terms of me needing help with a lot of daily activities, which can be very hard, but losing my independence does not damage my attitude. I do get frustrated sometimes when I'm trying to do something and I can't, but I quickly move on from it and realize like it's okay. Like I need to calm down and move on and just accept that that's how things are. And that doesn't mean my life is any less valuable or any less productive than if I had that independence. Part of me losing my independence that's very difficult is needing to ask people for help. Like not the actual, premise behind me needing to ask someone for help, but more so the actual asking the person for help. I often worry that I'm bothering the person or irritating them, so I try to ask people for help when they're not like in the middle of something or busy, because I fear that I'm like interrupting them or just annoying them. And this can be hard because sometimes I'll be like starving and I'll want some food and I really need to ask someone in my family to help, but I get too worried that I'm going to bug them because they're in the middle of something. But the thing about this is my family has never made me feel bad about asking for help. This is just like an idea that's in my head because I put it there. They've never made me feel like I'm annoying them or anything. So I know deep down that I'm not bothering them and that they're always willing and happy to help. It's just that I can't really stop that nagging feeling from being there, I guess, which is my own fault. But yeah, I do sometimes just worry that I'm like annoying people when I'm asking them for help, just because I just feel like that's a lot to ask, even if it's, can you just quickly open this for me, So I always try to be super respectful and make sure I'm not really interrupting someone or something when I'm asking them for help. I felt like this a lot throughout high school too, because I asked my friends a lot for help, and sometimes I would need like my calculator, my pencil pouch, my folder, my laptop, my water bottle, all out of my backpack at the same time. And I felt so bad asking for so many things at once from the same person, but I really couldn't help it because I needed those things. I'm sure that my classmates didn't care. They never made me feel bad about it when I asked. They always helped, but that just didn't stop that feeling from being there, Another way that I've lost some independence because of my disability is I can't always participate in things that I would like to participate in. For example, I really disliked going to homecoming and Sadie Hawkins during high school because for some reason at my high school, everyone would gather into this big mosh pit at the dances, and even though we had the whole gym to spread out in, people would just gather in this one group and stay there throughout the whole dance, and it was seriously like general admission at a concert, and that environment is just not safe for me because I can't break a fall, and if I fell, I would most likely break my arms because I do have osteoporosis, so if I fell, I would probably break my arms, and then I really wouldn't be able to do anything for myself, and I could also break the rods that are in my back from my spinal fusion surgery. So I only went to homecoming once and Sadie once throughout my whole 4 years at high school, and this was because I hated the whole environment. It was not accessible for people with disabilities. It made it so I couldn't have fun, and I was actually worried the entire dance that I was going to fall and seriously hurt myself. So in a way, that is a loss of independence, because if I didn't have a disability, I would have been able to go to those dances and probably have a better time. I don't really think mosh pits or that kind of general admission environment would have ever been my thing, but I know that I wouldn't have been as worried about getting hurt. I am a small person, so I probably still would have been worried, but I wouldn't have been worried about not being able to break a fall or breaking my arms or breaking the rods in my back, because I wouldn't have had any of those worries. So I do see this as a little bit of a form of losing independence. that one is not as big of a deal to me as the other two things, but it is still some independence that I've lost, so I do think it is important that I acknowledge that. So yeah, it's definitely not easy losing independence. Being independent is a big part of being a teenager and learning to grow up, so not having that complete independence can be difficult. But like I said, I just have accepted that that's how my life is, and I've actually gained a lot more independence by finding creative ways to do things. So I don't dwell on my loss of independence too much, but I definitely do consider it the hardest aspect for me of having my disability. I hope this video was informative for you. I would love to know, if you have a disability, what you consider the hardest aspect of having your disability to be. So please let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, and remember to hit that notification bell so you never miss a video of mine. I post new videos every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern and sometimes Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern. So I hope to see you at the next one. Bye guys!